Hello, my dear curious and studious students of surgery. Myself, Dr. Mahesh Chaudhary. I am warm welcoming you in my surgery lecture series. This surgery lecture series contains entire surgery with anesthesia, with radiology, with orthopedic. So stay tuned with us. Let's start our surgery lecture series. Welcome, my dear students, in our surgery lecture number 127, that is the fractures of upper arm. This lecture covers fracture of clavicle, fracture of scalp, techniques of reduction of shoulder, fracture of humerus, elbow joint, fracture of lateral condyle of humerus, intercondylar fracture of humerus, and fracture of olecranon, fracture of head of radius and ulna, Colles fracture, and Smith fracture. All points are covered in this lecture. Now we start with the fracture of clavicle first. Junction of middle and outer thirds of the clavicle is fractured maximum. Here is the image. You can see the sternocleidomastoid and the pectoralis major muscle is clearly seen. There is a fracture of the clavicle is clearly seen, and treatment in the fracture clavicle is a triangular sling, a figure of 8 bandage. These are the non-operative methods of treatment of fracture of clavicle. And complications are two types, early and late. Early complication is may injure to the subclavian vessels or branchial plexus, and late complication is a shoulder stiffness. These are the complications of fracture of clavicle. Dear students, here is the image of X-ray showing the clavicle fracture. This is the another image, bilaterally fracture of the clavicle. Now the next point is the fracture of the scapula. Scapula can break at four sides: the body, the neck, and the acromion process and the coracoids process. These are the common sites where the scapula is being fractured, and treatment is to restore the shoulder mobility by active exercise, and a triangular sling should be applied. Dear students, here is a good picture showing the scapula fracture. The crack on the scapula on the body and the neck is clearly seen in this image. This is the animated picture showing the acromion process, coracoid, spine, glenoid, scapular neck and body, and there is the cracks are seen on this animated picture. Next point is the techniques of reduction of shoulder if there is a dislocation of the shoulder joint. Types: anterior dislocation, preglenoid, subcoracoid and infraclavicular, and second is the posterior dislocation, and third is the luxato erecta. These are the types of the dislocation of the shoulder joint. Now Koch's maneuver for reduction of shoulder joint dislocation, shoulder dislocation: TEAI. T means traction, elbow fix; E extension and rotation; A adduction; and I for internal rotation. This is the Koch's maneuver for the reduction of shoulder joint dislocation: traction, elbow fix, external rotation, adduction and internal rotation. This is the Koch's maneuver. And next maneuver for the reduction of shoulder dislocation is the Hippocrates maneuver. Pull on the semi-abducted arm. Patient's foot in his axilla against the chest wall. This is the Hippocrates maneuver. In this way, in these two types, the reduction of the shoulder dislocation can be achieved. Now the complications of the shoulder joint dislocation are the early and late. Early injury to the axial nerve, paralysis of the deltoid muscles, and late is the anatomical unstable joint. Treatment: putti, plait operation, double breasting of subscapularis tendon, Bankett's operation, glenoid labrum of capsule are reattached in front of the rim of the glenoid, and Bristow's operation, that is the coracoid process along with its attachment muscles, arthroscopic, Bankert repair, and Hammett. These are the types of operation in the shoulder joint dislocation. Now the next point in this lecture is the carpal bone. These carpal bone arranged in two rows, that is the scaphoid, lunate, trigeminal, pisiform and trapezius. This is the first row, and second row is the trapezoid, capitate and Hammett. This is the second row, and here is the short form is given to memorize it. Now the fracture of the humerus. Here is the image on your screen is clearly showing the lateral tuberosity of the humerus, surgical neck which is commonly get fractured, greater tuberosity of the humerus, anatomical neck fracture, shaft fracture, supracondylar fracture, intercondylar fracture, lateral condyle and medial epicondyle. All these are the types of the various types of the fractures are being shown in this image. Fracture of the shaft of the humerus may be transverse, spiral, oblique, communicated and segmental type of the fracture. Dear students, here is the image on your screen you are watching. The typical spiral fracture of the shaft of the humerus is clearly seen on this X-ray film. This is the another image showing the anatomical neck fracture is clearly seen. Now the treatment, there are two types of the treatment. Conservative method, U-slab should be given, hanging cast and chest arm bandage should be applied. And in operative methods, open reduction and internal fixation. Next is the elbow joint. Elbow joint carrying the angle. Elbow joint fully extended and supinated. The forearm and arm do not lie in the straight line but form an angle. Normal carrying angle in male is the 11 degree and female in 14 degree. Supracondylar fracture of the humerus. Dear students, here is the image on your screen you are watching. There is the first image showing the anteroposterior view, proximal and lateral medial tilt, and second image showing the lateral view, the proximal dorsal tilt and dorsal shift of the supracondylar fracture. Now the treatment of the supracondylar fractures of the humerus are close reduction and percutaneous K-wire fixation, open reduction and K-wire fixation, continuous traction and internal splint. Dear students, there are very good YouTube videos of these all orthopedic operations are available on the YouTube. You can watch it to clear your concepts with our surgery lecture series. And here is the image is clearly shown the anatomy of the elbow joints. Now the complications, immediate complications, early complications and late complications in the supracondylar fractures of the humerus. First, immediate complications, injury to the branchial artery, injury to nerves, and early complications are Hoekmann's ischemia due to the occlusion of the branchial artery, injury to the muscle and nerves of the flexor compartment of the forearm, and treatment of the early complications of the supracondylar fractures of the humerus are any external splint or bandage should be applied. Forearm elevation, if no improvement within 2 hours, urgent decompression of tight compartment by fasciotomy should be performed. Now late complication, malunion, myositis ossificans and Hoekmann's ischemic contracture. Now the next point is fracture of lateral condyle of the humerus. This is the image clearly showing the fracture of the lateral condyle of the humerus. First image is the fracture of lateral condyle and lower one image showing the along horizontal axis fracture, and second image showing the along vertical axis fracture of the lateral condyle of the humerus. Complication of the lateral condyle of humerus are non-union, cubitus valgus deformity in the elbow joints and osteoarthritis. These are the complications of the fracture of the lateral condyle of the humerus. Dear students, here is the X-ray film showing the horizontal axis of the lateral condyle of the humerus fracture. Now next point of this lecture is the intercondylar fracture of the humerus. There are two types, T type and Y type. Here is the image is showing the T type, first image showing the T type fractures of the intercondylar fracture of the humerus, and second image showing the Y type of the intercondylar fracture of the humerus. Complications of these fractures are stiffness of the elbow, malunion and osteoarthritis. Treatment is open reduction and internal fixation. Dear students, as I told you, there are very good videos of open reduction and internal fixation of every orthopedic surgery on the YouTube. You can watch it to clear your concepts. This is the another image showing the intercondylar fracture of the humerus, type 1, type 2, type 3 and type 4. This is the same X-ray film of the intercondylar fracture of humerus is clearly seen. Now the fracture of the olecranon. Here is the image, first image showing the tricep muscle is ruptured, type 1, type 2, type 3. 3 images are clearly seen of the olecranon fracture. Image 1, crack without displacement of fragments. Second type, clean breach with separation of fragments. And third image is showing the type 3rd, that is the comminuted fracture of the olecranon. And there is the tricep muscle is also seen in this image. Treatment is the immobilization, open reduction and internal fixation. Complications of the olecranon fractures are non-union, elbow stiffness and osteoarthritis. These are the common complications in these elbow joints fractures. And here is another image is showing the normal anatomy of the radius and ulna. The head of the radius, shaft of the radius and styloid process of the radius is clearly seen, and in the ulna, olecranon process, shaft of the ulna and styloid process of the ulna is clearly seen. Now here is another image is also showing the fracture of olecranon. The fragment of the olecranon process is being displaced in this X-ray film. This is the another image showing the K-wiring of the olecranon process. This is the open reduction and internal fixation, nailing and plating done. Now the next point is the fracture of the head of radius. The image showing, first image showing the undisplaced, and second image is the fragment less than 1/3 may go into the joints, and fragment third image showing the fragment more than 1/3, and fourth image showing the comminuted fracture of the head of the radius. And the treatment is, if there is only crack, immobilization, elbow at 90-degree flexion, forearm in mid pronation position, fragment of the head broken off, may lose inside the joint, needs excision. Third is the comminuted fracture with displacement, excision of the head, and complication in the fracture of the head of radius are joint stiffness and osteoarthritis. Dear students, here is the X-ray film showing the fracture of the head of the radius. Another image showing the open reduction and internal flexion. Now fracture of radius, Galeazzi fracture with dislocation, Colles fracture, Smith fractures, shaft of radius, neck of radius, head of radius, Barton's fracture and Schoffer's fractures. All these are the specific fractures may be seen in the fracture of radius. And fracture of ulna are Monteggia fracture with dislocation, olecranon fracture, shaft fracture of the ulna, head fracture of the ulna, and neck fracture of the ulna. All these are fractures are seen in the ulna. Now the treatment, common treatment is the conservative close manipulation, and operative treatment is ORIF, open reduction and internal fixation, ORIF. Complications are the infections, Ockman's ischemia, delayed and non-union, malunion and cross union. Here is the image showing the fracture of the shaft of the radius and ulna is clearly seen, and next image showing the kneeling and plating of the fracture of the shaft of the radius and ulna. Now the next point of this lecture is the Monteggia fracture dislocation. Fracture of upper third of ulna with dislocation of the head of radius is called as a Monteggia fracture. Galeazzi's fracture dislocation. Fracture of lower third of the radius with dislocation of or subluxation of the distal radius ulnar joint. Colles fracture. Fracture at the distal end of the radius at its corticocancellous junction about 2 cm from distal articular surface. These are the specific types of the fractures in the upper arm. Pathoanatomy, displacement, impaction of fragment, dorsal displacement, dorsal tilt, lateral displacement, lateral tilt and supination. All these are the anatomically pathology is happen in these types of the fractures. Now here is a image on your screen is clearly seen, that is the fracture of the Colles, and this image showing the Colles fracture, anterior-posterior view, proximal shift and radial shift, radial tilt is there, and second image showing the lateral view of the Colles fracture, that is the proximal shift, dorsal shift and dorsal tilt is there. Now the clinical features, tuning for deformity is seen in this Colles fracture. Treatment is close manipulation, immobilization for 6 weeks. Complications in the Colles fractures are stiffness of joint, malunion, subluxation of the inferior radioulnar joint, carpal tunnel syndrome, radius and median nerve, carpal bone, Sudeck's osteodystrophy, rupture of the extensor pollicis longus tendon. These are the complications of the Colles fracture. Now next is the Smith fracture, reverse of Colles fracture. These are opposite to each other, Smith fracture and Colles fracture. In this Smith fracture, distal fragment displaces the ventrally and tilts ventrally. Barton's fracture, fracture extends from the distal articular surface of the radius to either its anterior or posterior cortices. Dear students, here is the image showing the anterior view of the Barton's fracture and posterior view of the Barton's fracture. Now the fracture of the metacarpals, fracture through base of the metacarpal, through shaft and through the neck, and fracture of the phalanges, undisplaced fracture and displaced fractures. For the treatment of the metacarpals and fracture of the phalanges, the treatment is immobilization. Showing the Smith fracture is clearly seen the distal fragment displaced and ventrally and tilts ventrally. Same, the next image is also showing the fracture of Smith's. Animated picture is clearly seen, and another image showing the fracture of Smith's. Here is the Colles comparison between the Colles fracture outwards and Smith fracture inwards. These are opposite or reverse to each other. These are clearly seen in this picture. Dear students, here is the end of our surgery lecture number 127, that is the fractures of upper arm. Thank you.